Welcome to yoga. We're going to start standing today. Take a deep breath in, rooting the feet into the ground, spreading the toes wide, lengthening out of the shoulders, but dropping the shoulders down the back, lifting the belly, finding the length from the tips of your fingers down through the soles of your feet. Big breath. Clasping the fingers together, interlacing them, and pushing the hips to the right, looking under your right armpit, creating that crescent moon. Inhale, recover, exhale, push into the other side. Inhale, recover, exhale, push the hips forward, look up. Inhale, exhale, come all the way through, pushing the wall or pushing the camera away from you, curving the spine, tucking the pelvis, dropping the chin to the chest. Inhale, reach back, open up the chest, arms behind you. Exhale, round, look down, push that camera away. Couple more times, big inhale. And big exhale. Big arch, look up, chin lifts, reach those fingertips to the back wall. Exhale, push the pelvis. Curving the bottom of the pelvis forward, really stretching that lower back. Let's interlace the fingers here, send the palms towards the camera, pull the right hip back, pull the left hip back, pull the right hip back, pull the left hip back. Good, and come up. Let's interlace the fingers behind us. Take palms to the right hip. Drop the scapulas down the back and look over your left shoulder. Big breath. And switch on the exhale. Palms to the opposite hip, looking over your right shoulder. And release. Actually, keep those fingers interlaced and point the fingers down towards the floor. Open up the chest. Look up towards the ceiling. Open up the top of your chest and the neck. Good. And release. And just take a couple head circles here. Slow. Settling into the breath. And reverse. Good. And inhale, squeeze the shoulders to the ears. Hold the breath, squeeze the shoulders behind you, and then send them down and back on the exhale. A couple more times. Inhale, hold the breath, send the shoulders back, and then try to scrape that back wall as you bring them down on the exhale. One more time. And release. Good. Take a nice deep breath in, sweep the arms up. And exhale, let's dive through those arms and either come to a half forward fold if you need a minute here, just hands on the knees. Or if you're ready, come all the way down into a forward fold and shake the knees out and the head. And maybe wag the tail too. Ease into a forward fold. Couple Little soft bends of the knees, little plies here. Inhale and exhale. If you have your hands on your knees, you can do that here, or your hands on the shins, or you can take a block. And you can use the block to raise the floor slightly, so it's not so much pressure on your forward fold on your hamstrings. So do what feels comfortable for you, for your body. Forward and forward fold. And then when you find a spot that feels good enough, go ahead and hold the elbows with your hands, opposite hands. Breathe. Bending the knees, slowly roll through vertebrae by vertebrae back up to standing. And let's take the right ear to the right shoulder. Place your right hand on your head and flex the left palm. And switch. Welcome. We're just warming up. Good. All right, taking the feet a little further apart. We're gonna get the whole body warmed up here. We're going to bend the right knee over the right toe. Place the left hand on the floor and give ourselves a little spinal twist, sending the pelvis back. So you should feel a nice inner thigh stretch on the left leg. And we're getting a spinal twist here. Breathe. On the exhale, switch sides. Bend the left knee over the left toe. Right hand is placed right in front of the left toe. I'm opening up the torso towards the left, looking up at the ceiling, sending the pelvis back slightly, weight back so you get that hamstring stretch. And now we're going to do a little flow. So we're going to switch sides. Inhale, big deep inhale, exhale, switch sides. Other side. Inhale, switch, exhale. Inhale, find the rhythm. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. Walk the hands to the center between your feet. Come into pyramid. Drop the head down. Maybe you need to shake the knees out a little bit or shake the hips out here. Breathe. You can weave the hands through the legs if you want a deeper stretch. 3 deep breaths here. Good. Take the hands back to in front of you and bring the heels in slightly. Go ahead and bend the knees over the toes and see if you can come into a sumo squat. If you need to lift the heels off the floor slightly, that's okay. We're just stretching out those hips. If that's too much, you can come up a little bit higher and come into this second position stretch, pushing your knees to the side. Yeah, you want your knees over your toes, and then you can give yourself a little twist if you want with your shoulder, right shoulder or left shoulder, and then the other side. Kind of switching gently back and forth. Good, and come up. Now let's come into star. We're going to come up on our toes and reach our hands away from our fingers. So toes going out, fingers going out, creating a big star up on your toes if you can. Push those side walls away and come back down into goddess. And knees over toes, try to drop that pelvis straight down. Breathe here. We're gonna move from star to goddess. We're gonna inhale, come up on the toes, big star, exhale down into goddess. Inhale, exhale. Couple more times, matching the movement of your breath with the movement of your body. Good. We're gonna rest here in goddess, and then we're gonna turn the right foot in to come into crescent. Arms come up. Beautiful. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. On the exhale, come back to goddess. Find that goddess, find the drop down of the pelvis, knees over toes, and then turn the left heel. Come into crescent on the other side. 3 deep breaths here. At the bottom of the exhale, return to goddess and return to star and release. Good, shake it out. Let's go into a standing pose. We're gonna go into tree, grab hold of that right foot, place it on the inside of the left thigh. Find your focal point on the floor about 6 feet in front of you. Send the knee back, tuck the pelvis slightly, and then when you're ready, take your arms up. Or you can take them out, or you can be an oak tree and you can curve them. Play with your arms, be a weeping willow. Have a little bit of sense of humor with your tree. Try the other side. Finding that root in the standing leg. Imagining that your standing leg is going through the floor. And then finding your length up into the sky with the arms and the fingers and the top of your head. And always challenging yourself in some way. Maybe you want to change your focus. That also challenges your balance. If you want to look to the side, or maybe even looking down. And release. Good. Shake it out. We're going to do our pranayama, our 20 breaths. That marks the end of our warm-up. We're going to inhale, sweeping the arms up, and exhale, coming through prayer 20 times, bringing in all of that life force, all the energy around us, pulling it in to our plumb line, our center line, and marking the beginning of the rest of the class, the more power-centered part of our class. 20 breaths whenever you're ready. Three more. Last one. Send the palms to the ceiling, interlace the fingers, stretch the palms away from your body, walk your shoulders up one at a time, creating space in that rib cage, and bring the arms down slowly. Good, keeping that length. Let's come into chair. Sending the sits bones back and the upper body forward on the diagonal. We're going to go ahead and lift the right leg and shoot it back. We're going to take our hands to the mat and just stretch a little bit here in runner's lunge. You want to make sure that your front foot is between your hands. Yeah. If you need a block, take some blocks on either side of your hands to create a little bit more height so you don't have to reach all the way down. If you find yourself curving your back to get your hands to the floor, you might want to get some blocks to bring that floor closer to you. Good, drop the knee, untuck the toe, and come up for just a short stretch here. And hands to the floor, pelvis tilts back, flex that left foot, drape your upper body over your left knee, breathe. And then come on up onto one knee. So we've got our right knee on the floor, our left knee is up. Go ahead and take the right arm up and then send the hips to the right, looking underneath your armpit. So from this angle, you're kind of pushing the hip away from the knee and looking under your armpit. I also like to tilt my, bring my torso slightly back. That really opens up the psoas and the hip joint there, which is great for all of us sitting at our desks. Try the other side. We're going to rewind through what we just did. So left arm comes up, right knee is up. We're going to push the hips to the left, looking under the left armpit, pressing the hips slightly forward, little slight tilt there. And then hands down to the mat, just to rearrange ourselves here. Little arch, couple breaths here. And then exhale, sending the hips over the heel of the left foot, breathing as we drape our upper body over the front leg. And now rock the hips forward and tuck those toes and come into the runner's lunge on the opposite side. And bring yourself up to crescent. And then through crescent, back into chair and press up to mountain. Good. All right, back into chair. Lifting the right leg to the chest. sending it back. This time we're gonna bring the hands to prayer in front of us and twist to the left, placing the right elbow on the left thigh and looking over our left shoulder. You can stay here, or if you want, you can open up the arms. Rewind through, back through crescent, back through chair, and into mountain. Shake it out. Now do the other side. Chair. Lift the left thigh to the chest. Shoot the leg back. Bring the hands into prayer. Twist to the right. Send the left elbow to the right thigh. Press the hands together. And look over your right shoulder. Breathe. Rewind, come back through prayer. Maybe give yourself a little moment in crescent. Come through chair and then mountain. Good. Shake it out, grab some water. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of sun salutation. So we're gonna be moving through our series of movements and poses with our breath. So starting at the back of your mat, take a nice deep breath in, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, dive through into forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Stretch that back, come into the flat back, and then exhale and release back into forward fold. Inhale, walk the hands forward into down dog. Let's just hang out here in down dog for a minute since it's our first down dog of the class. You can tread your feet here. You really want your shoulders to be wrapping away and down from each other. Your arms should be spiraling out and down, sits bones moving towards the ceiling, heels towards the floor. We're just gonna do a little flow here between plank and down dog. So come into plank, which is basically push-up position on the inhale. Big deep inhale, and then exhale, press back into down dog. 5 times. Good. Lift that right leg up and send it through. Go ahead and drop the back heel, and let's come into warrior one on the right side. Breathe in warrior one. You want the heel of the right foot to be lined up with the arch of the left foot behind you. Hips are square and forward. From here, sink a little bit deeper. And then maybe melt your elbows down and clasp the fingers behind you and send the fingers down towards the floor. Gives you another opportunity to open up that chest, chin to the ceiling. Good. Take the arms up and over, lifting that back heel off the mat and come back into down dog. Let's do the other side. Lift the left leg, swing the knee through between the hands, drop the back heel, and come into warrior one on the opposite side. Again, the left heel is aiming towards the center or the arch of the right foot. The hips are trying to be forward. Trying to be forward. And if you want, go ahead. You can let the elbows melt, or you can swing the arms down, interlace the fingers, and send the pointy fingers down towards the ground. Sink a little deeper into that left leg. Open up the chest. And when you're ready, take those arms up and over, lift the back heel off the mat, and then come into down dog. You can stay in down dog, or you can do your vinyasa, which would be coming into plank or half plank with the knees down, and then doing a little slow lowering of the body, a little cobra, and then tucking the toes and coming back to down dog. When you're ready, walk the feet towards the hands into forward fold, and then slowly come back to standing. That is one sun salutation. So we're going to do that again. Probably I'll throw in some different poses in the middle, but that's the idea. Big deep breath in, swinging the arms up. Big exhale as you dive forward. Big inhale as you lengthen halfway up. And big exhale as you release back into forward fold. Big inhale, walking the hands into down dog. Stay in down dog for a few breaths just to settle yourself. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, swing the knee through between the hands. Drop the back heel. Pinwheel the arms into warrior two. So now our hips are square. I'm sorry, our hips are not square, they're flat. And our right knee is over our right toe. And our focus is over our middle finger of our right hand. Sink as low as you can. Wrap those shoulders down and back. Wrap the legs out like spiral staircases. We're going to do a little flow here. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale all the way around to side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale all the way around, side angle. Couple more times. When I meet you back in warrior two, we're going to pinwheel the left arm up and over, bringing the left heel off the floor and coming back into down dog. Other side, lift the left leg, swing the knee through and the foot lands between the hands. Drop the back heel, pinwheel the right arm up, forward and back. Come into warrior two, opposite side. Settle in. Find that really nice flat pelvis. Sink into that front knee over the toe. And then we'll do our flow. Reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale, side angle. Inhale. Reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Few more times. And I'll meet you in warrior two. And then we'll pinwheel that right arm up and over to the mat, lifting the back heel and coming into down dog. You can stay here, or you can do your flow through your vinyasa, plank, Chaturanga, cobra, and down dog. Then you can walk or jump your feet to your hands through forward fold, and then a roll slowly up to standing. Beautiful. Last one, last sun salutation, and we're gonna do 3. Here we go. Big breath in. Swing the arms up. Exhale, dive through the arms into forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release all the way forward. Inhale, walk the hands out to down dog. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, lift the right leg, step it through. Drop the back heel, come into warrior 2. And now we're gonna come into triangle. So we're gonna lengthen the front leg, reach the torso forward, and then tilt into triangle, pressing the pelvis slightly forward, trying to imagine that our body is very flat. Breathe. Good. Take a look down at the mat. Bend the right foot and take the hand to the mat. Lift the left heel and then bring that foot a little closer to the edge of your mat. If you have a block, you can grab your block. We're going to come into head to knee. So both legs are straight. And I've got blocks on either sides of my front foot. Big inhale. On the exhale, release the torso over the front leg. Now you can stay here, or if you want an extra challenge, you can take the hands to the back of the head. Keep your eyes open here. You're going to need your focus to help you balance. This is a really powerful pose. It's also super good for the gastrointestinal tract. So if you feel your stomach moving around, that's a good thing. And then let's come out of it and move into a twisted triangle, left hand on the floor and right arm comes up. So I'm twisting towards that front leg. Both legs are straight, or as straight as they can be. Use a block if you need it. Good. And let's rewind through the poses. Drop that heel. Come on up to warrior 2. And then swing that arm around. Back into down dog. Now we just have to do the left side. Left leg comes up. And step it through. Drop the back heel. Come into warrior 2 onto the left leg. Now we're going to lengthen that front leg, reaching forward like we're trying to grab something out of the fridge, and then tilting into triangle. Pelvis comes slightly forward. Trying to create that really flat line. Bending the left knee and lifting the back heel. Let's bring that back foot out to the edge of our mat and pull the left hip back to lengthen and straighten the front leg. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, drape the upper body, the torso over that front leg. Breathe here. And then when you're ready, if you want to, take the hands to the head. Placing the hands on the mat. Let's lift the left arm and twist towards that front leg. Twisted triangle. Hands to the mat. And let's just send that left leg back into down dog. We don't need to go through warrior two again. And you can stay here, or you can do your flow through plank, chaturanga, cobra, down dog. Step or jump the feet towards the hands, come through the forward fold, and roll vertebrae by vertebrae to standing. Good. That was a nice, almost 15-minute session of sun salutation. Let's come down onto our mats. Just to kind of stretch for a minute, let's bring the soles of our feet together. Grabbing the feet, opening them like a book, and sending the elbows into the knees, pressing the knees towards the mat. So I'm using my elbows to press into my knees. Good. And let's just take a nice deep breath up, lifting through the torso and releasing forward. And just let that spine curve forward. Good. Rolling up. Take the knees with the hands and bring them up. Tuck the left leg under and cross the right foot over. If you need to lift the booty so you can get right on top of your sits bones, go ahead and inhale, take the left arm out and wrap it around the front knee. Take the right arm up. Big inhale. On the exhale, open to the right and give yourself a little seated twist, spinal twist. Breathe here. Good. And return. Uncross the legs. Maybe give them a little bit of a massage for a minute. Shake them out. And then recross with the other leg on top. If you need to readjust, you want to be sitting on both sits bones. Take the right arm out and wrap the right arm across that front knee. Take the left arm up. Inhale, lift the belly, and open up to your left, looking over your left shoulder. Breathe here. And recover. Beautiful. Let's come down onto our backs. We're going to do a few core exercises. Feet flat on the floor. Lengthen the arms above the head on the inhale. On the exhale, we're going to peel our upper body off the floor. And we're just going to breathe here while we lift the legs and lower the legs. And exhale and inhale. Just the legs, the upper body stays still. If you don't want to lift the legs, you can just stay here. And if you want, you can do a little reach to the right and a little reach to the left. Whichever one you want, or you can just balance here. Breathe. The feet can be off the floor or they can be on the floor. And when you're ready, just come down. Take a little rest, stretch out, arms above the head. And inhale, big, luscious, deep inhale, and exhale, come back up. Just breathe. If you want, you can reach right and then left, just to engage those obliques a couple times. And then you can settle back to center. If you want, you can tap the toes, or you can just hold. And then when you're ready, big stretch, good. Let the knees fall to the right and then fall to the left, stretching out your core. We'll do some simple lower ab exercises. Place your hands underneath your pelvis. We're gonna lower the legs. Now, if you want, you can keep them bent. We're gonna lower the right one, and then we're gonna switch. So we just use engaging the lower abs, doing little scissor kicks. That's it, looking good. Breathe, deep inhale, deep exhale. If you want to add a level of intensity, you can come up and bring that upper body off the floor to the brow line, reaching towards the toes. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. Hug the knees to the chest. Circle the knees around. And then switch directions. Good. Place the feet flat on the floor. Heels by your booty. Inhale. We're going to do a bridge here. Press the pelvis up towards the ceiling. We're just going to hold here. All you need to do is you can stay here and breathe, or if you want, you can send the right leg out and then in. Keeping the pelvis lifted, send the left leg out and then in. Breathe. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Couple more. You can always just stay in bridge. That's perfectly fine. Now, staying in bridge, we're just going to do last little workout here. Sending the knees out, inhale, bringing the knees in and kissing them together. Out and in. Keep the pelvis lifted. Out and in. Breathe. Good. Lower those hips down slowly. Good. And bring the knees to the chest. Stretch out that lower back. Maybe shake the legs out. Grab the toes or the ankles. Let's come into happy baby. Good. Extend the right leg along the floor and hug the left knee to the chest. Let that knee cross over your body and look over your left shoulder with the palm facing down. This is probably the most intense of the spinal twists because you've got your knee close to your chest. So if you can try to keep that left shoulder on the floor, that would be great, but you don't have to. You're really just trying to get that beautiful, delicious stretch that goes across the chest all the way down the torso into the thigh and the knee. And then recover when you're ready and switch sides. Hug the right knee to the chest. Gently cross it over your body. Look over your right shoulder, palm facing down. And recover. And let's lengthen the body. So squeeze the fingertips away from the toes. Let's take a nice deep inhale and hold the breath and grip everything super tight. Grip your wrists and your fists and your fingers in your face, your shoulders, your rib cage, your glutes, your thighs. Flex the feet. Hold everything super, super tight until you can't stand it any longer, and then release. Big sigh. Maybe stick out your tongue, say, ah. We're gonna inhale here, and we're gonna peel our upper body off the floor to come all the way into sitting. And then we're going to release forward. And one last deep forward fold, just resting here. Surrendering into the stretch. And come on up. I'm going to close class now a little early today, but let's just seal our practice with gratitude for showing up to our mats and the poses always being there for us to find and discover new things every time we play, every time we practice. There is no perfection in yoga. That's why they call it a yoga practice. And I'm grateful for you being here with me today. You did a wonderful job, and the spirit in me salutes the spirit in you. Namaste. If you haven't already, please put your first name in the chat so they know some people came. Thank you, Shore. Thank you so much. It was so good to be with you. So I have to